Juan Fernandez from Guapateve, Puerto Rico. All right, Kathryn, thank you so much for taking the time to talk about your new movie, Freaky. So let me ask you this. Was the tone of it tricky? You know, because it is truly like I find myself screaming at the screen and then laughing hysterically from one scene to the next. So I wonder how was it sort of navigate that as an actor?
That's good that you thought that, and thank you for having me too. It was not tricky because we had a great director, Chris Landon, who he really knows how to balance horror and comedy, which we saw in Happy Death Day. And I was lucky enough to work with him on Paranormal Activity 4. And so I knew that he knew what he was doing in the scary department. And for some reason, he thought that I could play a serial killer, which I didn't understand. That he saw a bit of a killer in me. And he says that I was who he thought of when he was writing it. So I guess I just had to trust him. And as far as the scenes that are funny and scary, this movie is so circumstantial, and the more you just play the reality of the scenes, either the more hilarious or the scarier they are. So like the scenes where I'm in my iconic hail hail Blissfield High costume, that costume is so funny. So you just have to be really scared and really play the reality of that moment, and then the comedy just comes because of the circumstance. And the same when I'm the butcher and I'm trying to be a murderer. I just was really trying to think about killing those people because that was the only thing I thought I could do.
Which brings me to my next question, because I thought it was really smart about how it's not necessarily you don't have to imitate Vince. You both get to do your own version of your characters. But there's something very animalistic about when you're the serial killer. So were you thinking shark, or were you thinking, I kept thinking of my cat. I never know if my cat is like actually wants to kill me, or like you can never quite tell. So was it something specifically that you used to sort of get into that dangerous psychotic mindset?
Right, it was kind of like cat-like or shark-like. I really relied on Vince and our director Chris. Vince, he was always there on set, and I would switch from Millie to the butcher on a day-to-day, scene-to-scene basis. So to have him there is kind of like this cool, like I could just ask him and he would bounce ideas off of each other, and I could be like, do you think that this would be a good idea to start here and move this way, maybe hold the knife like this? And just to have someone to say, yeah, I think that makes sense for the butcher is cool, because you never get to share a character with somebody. It's usually all you and the director.
Cool.
But I don't know what animal I was. Butcher is his own animal.
Well, you're scary, which is what counts. It doesn't matter which animal I was thinking of. So let me ask you this: as somebody, I don't know if it's because I'm older and I think I'm closer to death, but as a teen, I saw all the Friday the 13th movies. But this one's gory. Like it took me. Like, was that? How do you handle that? Are you easily off put by that? Because there's certain, like the scene with Alan Ruck. I don't want to give it away, but that like that. I don't know. I guess my question is: how did you handle the gore, or was it just another practical aspect of it?
Oh my gosh, there were so many disgusting things on that set. There were heads and arms and guts and blood, and it was all disgusting. And no, I don't want to see the inside of anybody's body ever. And there was a lot of intestines everywhere and brains and stuff. Like really, really good SFX. Like we had an amazing team of people to create that, and it's actually a lot of talent. And even the blood, like the giant blood machine and like getting sprayed with like this paint, it was really fun. So yeah, it was gross, but it's kind of fun. It's fun to get messy and play pretend. It would have been cool to be a princess, in another movie, maybe the same kind of VFX stuff. But today in that movie, it was blood and guts, and I signed up for that.
All right. So thank you so much. My time's up, and the movie is hilarious. Thank you so much for talking to me about it.
So much.